See, I'm one of the very few people in the world that has a mind strong enough that is not ashamed of the family life that he was born into. Now, while everything that's happened would traumatize even me, I found a way to make a silver lining to it. You see, I've come to terms that I'm a son to a drug addicted mother who chooses abuse because she can't find someone better and she doesn't want to. See, I've realized my mother rather stay with my stepfather, take the ridicule, be downgraded, downsized, be abused verbally, mentally, physically, instead of going out and finding her a proper person. But then we all know the old saying, you're only as strong as your weakest link. You see, Johnny Matthews is a wannabe thug, wannabe musician, drug addicted, alcohol driven, abusive, narcissistic asshole with a messiah complex. And yet still somehow he's not my father. She'd rather stay with him. And see, my mother, I realized, is not my mother. She hasn't been a mother since I was born. Even then, she was not mother material. I remember all the times I was 6, 7, 8. She came to visit, only for every fucking visit to end with her getting hauled off by police. Because she put up a fight off of a delusion she wasn't winning. Fast forward so many years later, I gave a chance to her to try to redeem herself. Now I was practically an adult at this time, but I said maybe my mother needs a chance. Oh, that's one of the most wrong mistakes I've ever made. See, I hear about how she got married. She's a wife now. She has stepkids. Johnny this, Johnny that. I should have. See, I remember the Super Bowl party where we got kicked out because she, amongst her ghetto and thuggish friends, chaos had to prevail, and not the chaos I'm used to. I tried to stand in front of my mother and my stepdad like a son's supposed to, only for me to get told no. I stepped in front of my mother and my stepfather after he was intoxicated coming down the stairs. I called him out on his bullshit. I took 7 punches, got a permanently dislocated jaw because of him. And I go to finish the job on him to protect my mother. And what happened? This bitch steps in front of me and says, if you hit him once, you get out of this house. And it was at that moment I realized my mother, Jennifer Campbell, is no longer my mother. She's no longer a human being. She's no longer related to me. See, I realized family is not blood. Family is not marriage. Family is loyalty. Same thing with everyone else. My Uncle Eric and Aunt Tammy, their demons won, and therefore they are separated, trying to co-parent, trying to live a life that they're not going to win. They're going to barely survive it. My Uncle John traded all of us in to be a cliche circus act with no potential for a bitch and a kid. Eric was the blue collar my Uncle Eric was the blue collar, quiet one of the family. My Aunt Tammy was the life of the family. My Uncle Brian was the hard worker, the mechanic, the brains of the family. My Uncle Chris was the assertive one of the family. And we are all torn apart because everyone, other than me, somehow, let their demons win. My Uncle Brian got divorced, settled down with a woman, became a father and a stepfather, is living the life, going to concerts, meeting famous people. But when I'm at my lowest, even the only person in my family I thought I can trust won't and can't help me. See, my families are strangers. They act like even a small space on the floor is too much to shelter me. $5 is too much to feed me. And people wonder why my entire life it's been me, and me. It's only been me. I had to go and play the human game of chess. I had to manipulate my way around every city, every state, every chessboard I've ever played on just to feed myself, just to fight for myself. And still, I don't get the credit, respect, and the awareness. Not from strangers, but for the people I'm doing it in spite of. My mother rather get punched in the face than be a mother to her kid. My Uncle Chris can't even spare 5 seconds to say hi to me. Instead, ask for me and all the people I love for money. Uncle Eric and Aunt Tammy, their demons won. Uncle John became a circus act with no publicity instead of sticking with the family. Uncle Brian seems to have his life together, but not together, but can't help but me when he was the only one I turned to. The moment my grandparents left, the moment my great-grandparents passed away, everything started to fall apart. But how is it that me, out of my entire family, is using my brains better, is living better than they could ever? And I've been through going more hell than I technically created. But then look over there. It's the silver lining. It's a family that I never wanted, but it's a family that I needed. And then with that need became a want. And that want became joyous. That want, that need gave me purpose. See, I had to fuck up a few times to see everything I do. I had to make mistakes 4, 5, 6 times to get it right. And that's been the formula. Because now I have my mistress. Now I have my subs. Now I have my grandchildren. Now I have my children. I have my daughters. I have my grandbabies. I have a new mother, a new father, new friends, new family. All because I took a chance and I won. See, this whole time I've been playing the human game of chess to find happiness. But I've been playing against the wrong people, the wrong things. I've been playing human game of chess against life, when I should have been playing it against the people who are in my past, the people who no longer are good to me. I am not Dominic Michael Campbell anymore. That's why I went to the court and I changed my name. I honored my lineage, my Egyptian heritage. Because back then, my bloodline, there's warriors, poets, writers, fighters, warriors, survivors, soldiers, kings, pharaohs, queens. Not crack whores, fake blue collar badasses, circus acts, alcoholism, drug abuse, none of that. My name is Shadiah Al-Said Advihasa. I reside in Princeton, Missouri. I am a king to the right people. I am a pharaoh to the right people. And at 25, when I say I have 3 daughters and grandkids, I'm not talking in terms of step or half. My 3 daughters, they're not my stepdaughters, they're just my daughters. My grandkids are not my step-grandkids, they're my grandkids. There's no step, there's no half, there's no in-law. Because family is not blood, it is not marriage. Family is loyalty. And I have a dislocated jaw from a wannabe no good for nothing stepdad to remind me of that every single fucking day. It's family first. I have a kingdom. I have a kingdom at last. It took me 26 to realize it, but I am home. Family is not blood. Family is not marriage. Family is loyalty. My original family is dead. My new family lives on. So dear mother, dear Jennifer Campbell, dear Uncle Chris, dear Uncle Eric, dear Aunt Tammy, dear Uncle Brian, dear Uncle John, dear everyone who used to be a Campbell in my family. Kick rocks, eat shit, and go die. Because your little boy Dominic, he's dead. Long live Pharaoh. Fuck family first. It's lineage above all.